Hey, welcome to another British Lit lecture. Today we're talking about Othello, which was written around 1603 or 1604. These dates place its composition during the late English Renaissance, shortly after the death of Queen Elizabeth I and the coronation of James I. Elizabeth was the last monarch of the royal Tudors who came to the English throne with Henry VII. Elizabeth died childless and was succeeded by her cousin, James VI of the Scottish Stuart line, who then became James I of England upon his coronation. The English Renaissance brought great changes to England. The invention of the printing press, which occurred at the end of the Middle Ages, brought with it a flood of publications that transformed English thought in numerous ways. For example, works from the classical Greek and Roman eras made literature from these periods central characteristics of Renaissance humanism, along with ideas from the past. The printing press was also responsible for the spread of transformative ideas from the present, as revolutionary religious ideas challenged the control the Catholic Church had exerted over European life throughout the Middle Ages. Culminating in the Reformation, the rise of Protestantism was spearheaded by Martin Luther in Germany and loosened the hold of Rome and the Catholic priesthood over European life. In addition to the rise of Protestantism, the English Renaissance witnessed another momentous religious event, the spread of Islam over the Middle East, Africa, and Southern Europe. As Islam became an increasingly powerful religious force in these areas, its political influence also expanded. Under the leadership of Islamic Turkey, the Ottoman Empire eventually posed a threat to the great empires of Europe. Othello is a play that combines many of the factors that played important roles in the English Renaissance. As a work that was both published and performed by live actors, the play reveals its connection to the print revolution that was transforming European life during this period. As a text in which classical references play an important role, the play reveals its links with humanism. As a play set in Catholic Italy and performed for an audience of English Protestants, Othello reveals its connection to the Reformation. As a story of a Christian Moor with cultural roots in North Africa, Othello is a Black general who fights the Islamic Ottoman Turks as a soldier of fortune for his Catholic employers in Venice. In addition to such links with historical multiculturalism, Othello is important for a specifically literary connection. It is a work whose roots are in classical tragic drama. In addition to owing broad general debts to classical tragedy, Othello owes a specific debt to a more recent work. Shakespeare modeled his plot on a short narrative by Giraldi Cinthio that was published in the 1500s, and the several stock plot motifs which would have been familiar to his audience. For example, Shakespeare's play also draws the well-known farce of a May-December romance, that is, a romantic relationship between lovers of mismatched ages, and the familiar literary formula of the braggart soldier. In addition to these specific debts, Othello is also a narrative, that is, a literary work that tells a story. And as we've discussed before, narratives have three main components. The protagonist, which is the main character, whether good or evil. The events of the narrative center upon the protagonist's desire to achieve a particular goal. In this case, Othello's desire to achieve happiness with his beloved Desdemona, despite differences in their age and race. The antagonist is the character who opposes the protagonist and attempts to prevent him or her from achieving his or her goal. In this case, Iago, one of the great villains of world literature, whose fury at being passed over by his commander Othello in favor of Cassio, motivates him to destroy all that Othello holds dear and eventually to destroy Othello himself. Third, we have conflict, the struggle that occurs between the protagonist, who's attempting to achieve a goal, and the antagonist, who is attempting to prevent the protagonist from succeeding. In this case, the series of lies and tricks by which Iago enrages Othello to the point of murdering Desdemona because he is convinced that she has committed adultery with Cassio.